since Minister of Communications in Finland, I have been really promoting the broadband, good telecom infrastructure, and the infrastructure is not the key element, it's the content. And in our country we have been for decades already working with the information society development, and I believe that broadband really can make a difference, especially in the view of public sector. We need more productivity, more efficiency to our services, and the ICT and communication technology can boost up it. And when you think of the viewpoint of the citizens, the services are available online whenever you want to have them, and also when you have remote areas, rural areas where the distances might be big to reach the service, the internet is a very good possibility to ease up to receive all kind of services. We decided to make the 1 megabit per second broadband access a legal right a year ago. The legislation was passed, and the reason was that we really feel that the public sector should use, and of course the private sector also, better the possibility to provide e-services. And when you think from the point of view of the citizens, that actually can we really do it if we have certain areas or certain households who don't have the access, and that's why we wanted to make it legal right. And now it seems that accessibility is not a problem, but it's more the quality of the access, because for example if you do banking in internet, it's not nice if your access is not good. So the quality, access, accessibility, and of course affordability are the three main elements in our legislation for the broadband. When you think of accessibility and affordability, the markets are providing internet access in cities, and access is much cheaper than in rural areas. And especially in Finland the issue is equality, that we really feel that citizens should have certain services equally wherever they live. And also of course we are kind of a sparsely populated country in certain areas, and really we have also very high standard of level for certain services. And I have used, for example, sign languaging for deaf people. And a good example that interpretation for sign language is the legal right to get certain amount per month, and in sparsely populated areas it's very costly for society to do it, because interpreter has to drive for hundreds of kilometers to meet the deaf person, and then they drive together to third location to do it. And now through video conferencing you can do in 3 locations and no one has to move. It's very good for your climate, and it's very in the point of view of the public sector who has to provide. It's very efficient way to do it, and then of course the customer, the deaf person, might even get more of it when it's so easy to provide. So this is just a good example that why it is for government and municipalities important that we have a good telecom infrastructure, and then we get new innovative services that help public sector to provide services the legislators have made them to offer. The big issue in getting the telecom infrastructure is that it should be provided by markets, and then its private-public partnership is important, and the regulation from the public sector, how the governments regulate the allocation of frequencies and spectrum, and how we make enabling markets for telecom operators to invest, that will boost up the investments, and then the markets will provide. And of course the challenge is then the certain areas where the markets just won't provide because it's so sparsely populated or geographically very challenging, and then it's also the issue how to find this kind of regulation, if it's needed, that it's supportive, that investments would be made. So public-private partnership is very important because it's not so that the public sector should build up the telecom infrastructure, and of course certain applications and apps are for the public sector, but still it's enabling environment, and you find what is in enabling environment together with a public-private partnership. And of course the third P is the people, because nowadays it's more and more focus is on the user-oriented approach. The applications should be easy to use, the citizens should be able to use computers, and these issues are more and more in focus, and all these same things apply in the developing countries, and for them it's even more important to get good telecom infrastructure, because for the citizens it's quite often the key for the society. Through mobile phone you might get your identity, you can do banking, and you can buy things, you can get better possibilities to work and do your business or your farming. So it's really important. When I think our work and role in Commission, I think that we are people who have a strong expertise on these issues from very different sectors, and of course we do make very good recommendations for those who really actually do the work in developing countries, the governments, the organizations, and of course these recommendations are very valuable for countries doing bilateral development aid. But also I feel that if we can find a way how we can connect different multi-stakeholders and make easier to find all the projects that are going on, find the best practices that are there already, and that's why my working group, we propose that we should establish this kind of platform called e-Agora, which means in Greek like open market. It should be a platform where everyone can join, put their data there, their projects there, and it would be easy to then find and connect when I'm starting something, when I try to get ideas, what should I do, or even when I'm a country that I was asked that from soon independent South Sudan, that we need to build telecom infrastructure. How should we do it? So we should have this kind of e-Agora that you can easily find best practices, good advices, how to do it, what to do it, and people and companies to connect if I have a problem, and hopefully that will be true in some time, and that would be our legacy, that the Broadband Commission connects everyone and helps the information to be found, because internet is full of information, all the organizations are full of information, but how do I find the right information? That's the issue.